Hey everyone, it's Jacob here, coming on to introduce our guest today. From Australian Survivor Titans vs. Rebels, we have an absolute queen and titan of the game, second place finalist, Caroline Courtis. Winnie and I love this conversation so much. Like, Caroline is just a beautiful human, inside and out, and just one of those rare people who radiates both strength and softness. She's kind, warm, tough as nails, and never afraid to speak her mind and or show vulnerability. So one of the reasons we love doing interviews like this is because we get to explore the process of becoming, the journey that people take to step into their power and to continue challenging themselves. We've had that journey in our personal lives outside of the game of Survivor, and we resonated so deeply with Caroline's story. She made us laugh, made us reflect, and honestly, I even got a little choked up hearing how Survivor became a turning point that pushed her into the next chapter of her life, one where she's more fearless and really embracing who she is. So we'd love to hear what you're thinking about these interviews. This is our third one, and we've got more coming up. So head on over to Come On In Queens on Instagram, like, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, and engage with our content. We'd love to hear from you. So settle in and enjoy this conversation with the incredible Caroline Courtis. Hi, I'm Jacob Grenz,
And I'm Winnie Stone.
and this is Come On In,
Come
Queens.
on in, Queens.
We're never going to get that right.
Hi.
Come on
Hi.
in, Caroline. We love you have designer glasses. You have palm trees in the background. We're loving this
Beautiful
whole
blowout.
aura. Right.
It's so windy here. I'm in northern New South Wales in Australia, and it is a really windy day. So I've been to the market. I've been out all morning. It's about 11 o'clock here, and it's wild outside. So yeah, my hair was actually looking a little bit better, but it's gone a bit crazy. Anyway,
It looks great. You look great.
thank
And
you.
Yeah.
speaking of 11 a.m., I messed up and you came on an hour early and you were gracious enough to come back and meet with us again. And
It's no worry.
Winnie's Curls would like to thank you for that because she had to curl her hair during that time.
Hey, I'm a girly that likes her curls too. My best friend is my curling one, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
bring it on.
I just got one, so I'm like learning for the first time. Just like, the oops twist. It's
Yeah.
fun.
It's actually life-changing. I had a GHD curler in my cupboard for about 2 years, and then I was like, Caroline, just YouTube it. So I YouTubed it, and now I can't live without it.
Yeah, it's great. I tried to just use like a curling iron, just wrap it around a curling iron, but it's not the same.
I
Jacob.
have this problem too. Like, I can't. I mean, I just can't figure out how to curl my hair. But
Look how perfect your hair is, Jacob. What are you talking about?
Have you
Thank
ever had
you.
long hair, Jacob? Any point in your life?
so in during COVID was the experimentation with Jacob
Yes.
having long hair, and it did this weird like curl thing where it like started to go out like this. I was not a fan
That's-
of my hair long. So the first thing I did when we came back from lockdown was get my hair cut.
I cut my own hair. I could not stand going to a barber shop or a salon and just sitting there and making small talk. So I just did it myself.
Every
This is now the
time-
longest
yeah.
it's ever been. Loving
I
it.
was listening to your other podcasts over time, and I was listening to you talk about how you hadn't been to a hairdresser in like 15 years and how you bent over and you put a mirror between your legs. And I was having all sorts of visions about what you were doing down there, but it wasn't cutting your hair.
Just
The imagery
Yeah.
that you painted is very accurate of what I see in my head, Caroline, when he says that, because I picture her also with a Flowbee, those things that you would buy, like in the shower, knees between the legs. It's a lot.
I mean, basically,
It was a lot.
like I was like a human.
Yeah,
floating.
it was like, is she complicating this for herself or what?
You mentioned moving recently because you told me that that you moved from Melbourne. Is that right? And
So we actually moved a couple of years ago. it's like a 2-day drive to drive back to Melbourne. It's like 18 hours. So, but where we live now is it's a much warmer climate. In winter, it's like 24 degrees Celsius during the day. It's cold overnight, but in summer, well, actually, summer has really started here. So, like today, it's 27. I'm sure it's like 13 in Melbourne. Melbourne's just has really cold winters, really hot summers, whereas it's kind of a lot more even up here. So, we moved up to just be in a warmer climate, to be outdoors more. And yeah, it's been a huge life change, but it's been the absolute best. And as you can see, like I'm back onto this forest. And so
It's
amazing.
gorgeous.
It's really, really beautiful. And I've got this family of kookaburras. If you see that there's a tree right there, where all that greenery is. Hold on, I'm just there.
Yeah.
There's a family of kookaburras that live in there. We've got a python that lives around here. I don't know whether you saw my post recently. We've got kangaroos and wallabies that are in and out of our backyard. Like it's an Australia zoo.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you more like city before?
Definitely city. Yes, I am definitely a city girl. Like I drove myself up to Brisbane. I've got to get out of here sometimes and go to the city and just go to a nice
It's
restaurant
so
or
nice
whatever.
though. That's what I want to do in the future. Like maybe have some place to go in the city, but live amongst the kookaburras.
Can you say that again? Say
Say it
Say
kookaburras.
what?
again.
Say kookaburras
Kook
again.
kookaburras? Kookaburra?
So cute. Yeah, the kookaburras.
What would be our equivalent? Possums?
We have city bunnies. We
Really?
have
Yes.
I saw a skunk the other day.
A
That was
skunk?
weird.
Are you sure somebody wasn't smoking weed?
It was for sure. No, I saw it. It ran in front of my scooter.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
Really?
know we had skunks either.
So you're both in Chicago in the city?
Yes, I live close to the lake, so there
Yeah,
is like nature right there, but
close by.
you know, city nature.
Yeah, that's what I'm usually used to as well. That's what it was like in Melbourne. I live near Parkland, but I was 15 minutes from the city centre. So, yeah, I know that kind of living. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I grew up where my parents divorced when I was like 8, and we went to live in the country. And I was a city girl and literally thrust into rural living, and it was not for me. My sister ended up staying and my brother actually ended up staying, but as soon as I finished year 12, I the next day I was out the door, my bags were packed and I was on my way to the city.
Exactly the same story. I grew up in the
Yeah.
city. We moved to the country for like my formative years of like 9 to 18. And
Yeah,
then I was like, okay, bye. And I came right here.
exactly the same. This is kind of a bit of a blend of both. I'm not far away, but I'm not rural. Like I've got the beach right there. I've got the mountains behind me.
I think that that's kind of a queer journey too, of like you want to get to the city because for me, there's like nobody around me that is like me when I grew up
Yeah,
in like a rural area. And
yeah,
so our pull is always towards the city. That's
yeah,
what I felt growing up. I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I was the only gay in the village.
I was the only gay kicked out of the village.
Oh, Jacob.
Our sweet, sweet Jacob.
We're in a good place about it though, Caroline.
Shit that you go through throughout your life is what shapes you into the human that you are now. And like when you look back on these really, really tough times, and they were terrible, and I think we've probably all been through terrible things, but if we didn't, we wouldn't be where we are now. We wouldn't have the strength and the determination and the courage to do the things that we want to do and to be the person that we want to be. So go us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get frustrated that I didn't have all this realization sooner, and I missed all these years. But it's like, no, that's not how it was meant to be. I was
No,
meant to
that's
take
right.
this long for my brain to finally feel safe enough to let me
Yeah,
even consider it. And now I'm
yeah,
like, okay, here we go.
yeah, yeah. I love that
Mm.
for you.
Thank you.
And for you, Caroline, you were considered a Titan, which one of the things that we really love about Survivor and like my favorite seasons always are themed. And I think
Yeah,
that why we're currently drawn to Australian Survivor is the theme.
yeah,
And, you know, you were the best and the best in your field.
yeah.
And you were brought into this season called Titans versus Rebels. Did that affect the way that you played? I'm very curious. Like to have the title Titan, did it change how you
No,
played the game?
no.
No.
I mean, I didn't know until just before I went out there that it was actually Titans versus Rebels, and I think that there is actually a Titan and a Rebel in all of us, and so I think it's completely interchangeable. I looked at, the people in my tribe and the people in the other tribe, and like we all have a rebellious side, so we could. I think it was completely interchangeable. I love the themes as well, but it's just a good way to get the game going, isn't it? To think about, those rebels really kind of, I don't know whether you remember the intro theme, but like we're on this huge ship and they're in these boats circling us and we're all waving
Yes.
at them and giving them the finger and whatever. And, we're gonna get you. I mean, really, like,
Meanwhile, you just learned you were a Titan like 15 minutes prior.
yeah, and it's like, it's all to create the television drama, isn't it? They
Which
want
at
us.
least they're trying though. Like
Sure.
it got to 41 and Jeff was like, who has the time?
Far out. We run out of money. We've run out of ideas. Yeah, let's just make it the same and boring.
So you said you could have played on the Rebels. So tell us some rebellious like moments or times for you.
Well, I think what I would say about me is I am a very determined person. I don't like being said no to. And so, like I am going to rebel. I am going to rebel, I should say, because I think that I don't like being told that there are things that I can't do or that I'm not capable of. And I am all about proving to people, well, proving more to myself now in terms of that's one of the lessons that I learned out there, that's for sure. But that, I don't need to be told by anybody else what I can do or say. I'm just going to do me.
I can't do authority figures. Can't do it, never could. Don't tell me what to do. Don't fucking tell me what to do.
Yeah.
That's kind
Yeah.
of for you, I think, Winnie, like a don't press the red button thing. Like it presents as a red button, and you're like, well, I'm going to press it.
Yeah.
Sounds like for you too, Caroline.
You're telling me not to press it, so that makes me want to press it even more.
Yeah, well, that's what I loved about you out on the island was you really, whether it was an opinion or sharing your feelings, like you just weren't afraid to do it. And that was really nice because I feel like sometimes people in your position that feel like "Oh, I'm the oldest here and like they kind of fold into themselves. And you were just
Yeah.
like, no, what you
No.
said was shitty. You hurt my feelings and you're cool.
Well, and yeah, I mean, you saw from the first episode, I was not going to let anyone drag me, like as if I was going to let anyone drag me. If anybody was going to get myself to the end, I was going to get myself to the end. And so I think, yeah, I dropped a few F bombs in that first episode, but that's okay. I don't mind an F bomb. But I am the type of person, I am a really strong person, but in those first couple of days, I have to say to you though, you have to, like, obviously the older female, weakest member of the tribe, there was obviously thoughts in my head, oh, they're going to try and get rid of me, first boot. And if anything, I just needed to make sure that I wasn't going to be that first boot. And I knew once I got through that it's very like I know when you watch it, you think, "Oh my God, things change day to day." Like who could be going home one day is not going home the next, and it's so true. Like we would have our eyes on somebody, and then somebody else would do something, or some scenario would happen, and your thoughts would change, and your strategy would have to change completely. So I did go out there in those first couple of days. Like the first day, I remember they were like, Nathan was calling me mum and he was like, "Can you cook rice?" Well, actually, that wasn't till day 4 because we didn't have fire till day 4. So we starved and ate coconuts for 3.5 days. And nearly died. And I remember him saying, "Can you cook rice?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can cook rice." And so everyone was like, "Right, you cook." And so I thought, yes, if I can have a role here where I'm acting as provider, I am going to do this, like, and I'm going to do it really well. I know that there in one of the episodes there is a image of me telling somebody to stop eating, I think, and that was because the boys were obviously, we were all starving, but the boys were obviously starving, and there were people off doing IVs, interviews, and so they would have missed out on food. And so I was just trying to keep it fair for everyone. But what I soon learned was that that role actually wasn't for me, and that I was going to be a target if I stayed in that role. So I really had to just kind of slowly step back and let other people kind of take over so that I wasn't the villain in there. Because, if somebody's starving you're gonna go after them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't control the food.
I love what Winnie said about, because we just had an episode about people pleasing and sort of this healing from people pleasing, and it's
Yeah.
our own personal journey and how that can happen over years and years of
Yeah.
time. I
Yeah.
love that about you as well. Like when
Yeah.
Valeria said something about you didn't deserve your place in the
Hmm.
game and you just came back at her. Did you feel like people pleasing was something that you had started that journey prior to going on Survivor? Did it happen during Survivor? Was it all
Yeah.
like, how did that occur for you?
It's a really good question. And I would say that I have spent a lifetime of being a people pleaser. I mean, I've been a midwife and a nurse for over 30 years. So I am absolutely a people person. Like, and the role that I've played, I have to get to know people really quickly at a very intimate level. I knew that, when you're a nurse and a midwife, you have such an big impact on people's lives because they're going through one of the hardest or the most difficult or the most emotional, or they're at their most vulnerable. I want to make sure that I've given them a positive and good experience. That is how I have lived my life. And I would do anything to make sure that my patients and the people that I looked after had the best possible care, whether it was from me or whether it was from my staff. That was very, very important to me. I'm also an eldest child. So I think as an eldest child, that is the expectation of you. I kind of look back and I was such a goody two shoes. I was such a good girl. I worked so hard at school. I tried so hard to make my parents proud. And my sister just got drunk every weekend and, drove my parents' car without them knowing and drank all the alcohol in the cupboard. Didn't matter. She didn't get in trouble. But
I was the
so,
baby too, so
I I was the baby as well. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, we have two babies and the eldest daughter. Are you a Taylor Swift fan at all, Caroline?
yep.
Okay, so there's a song
Yeah.
called Eldest Daughter. I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but Winnie is a Swiftie.
Okay, I'm
I mean,
probably in between you then because I love her. And to be honest, like since I drew breath, since I got up this morning, I've been listening to her new album. I'm just trying to
same.
I'm just trying to get to know the songs. I haven't quite got into Eldest Daughter yet. Because what I like to do when I listen to her album is I go through the lyrics. I like memorizing them, and I like kind of finding where her thoughts are without listening to all, because I haven't looked at any social media about it. I've tried not to anyway.
So it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yes, because Winnie has been having sort of somewhat of an existential crisis.
Existential Taylor Swift crisis.
Right.
I really derailed our conversation because you were on a roll about how you
Don't
were
worry.
like really a caretaker most of your life, and then you go
Yeah.
on Survivor. Was that part of like why you wanted to go on Survivor?
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have spoken about this a couple of times before, in that I was doing this for me. I wasn't doing this to prove to anyone else. I really wanted to know if I could go out there with just the clothes on my back and try and assimilate with 11 other people on my tribe, sleep with no pillow, no earplugs, no Kindle to go to sleep. Like, I'm a princess, like most of the time. I like my, yeah. I know you talked about you liked your REM sleep and you like you don't want to knock your body around. Well, me too, but I really wanted to physically challenge myself and see whether, doing without your phone and without your friends and you're out there, the only person you know you've got trust in is you, and you've got to place more, gosh, I was thinking about before I came on to this doing this podcast, what did it bring out in me? And we spend so much time traveling, and just there's lots of time to think, and so being alone with yourself, because in today's society we have our phones, we have so much going on all at once, and to go out there and to just be with your thoughts was actually a really good thing for me. And to starve and to, see whether you can, make alliances with these people that and play this game that you love. Like, we're all huge Survivor fans, like you. I've also watched it since Borneo, and watching Richard Hatch win. I've watched every season, some seasons multiple times. And I don't know, I was just, the challenge of getting on the show was a challenge in itself. I was not, they didn't come after me. I certainly went after them. I was an applicant. And so all of that whole process was amazing as well.
I heard that in my research that you ended up in a big group sort of audition thing,
Yep.
and you didn't get picked then. Did they just call you later, or did you like resubmit a video?
So, no, I resubmitted. So I applied in 2019, and, looking back, you kind of like it wasn't the right time. And it was a very different application. It was the same application process, but then when I went through the audition process, I was in a large group. There were people there that, oh my God, it was the craziest audition. There were people that bought idols and hid them in fucking boardrooms, and we were doing challenge, like it was crazy actually. um and then I got an email to say, no, you haven't made it this time. And then when I applied at the beginning of 2023, I was like, it's time. I was so certain that I was going to get on. I know that sounds really weird, but I was so fucking determined to get on. And it was a different process. I was following the hashtag for Survivor auditions for Australia, and I found a producer. They said, if you're interested, drop into my DMs. I dropped into her DMs. I wrote her a whole freaking spiel. And she came back to me and she's like, I would love to audition you. So I did that. And at that audition, which was just a Zoom, I made her laugh, I made her cry. And I was like, that's what we want. And she's like, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to meet you. And then sure enough, 3 days later, they rang me and said, yep, we want you to go and meet the executive producer and the other producers involved. It was pretty scary, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I've got nothing to lose. I am going to just go and be me. I'm just going to do that and see what happens.
You're going to have no choice out on the island because all
Absolutely
that
not.
stuff
And
gets stripped away. So
I have nothing to hide. I want you guys to see me for who I am. I can be pretty funny. I can be, I can be pretty shrewd. I can be bloody ruthless. So, like, give me a shot. So anyway, I knew that during the auditions, being a midwife, you can, they were asking questions about what I did and scenarios that I'd been in, and you know that you can draw on the heartstrings, so I did. Yeah. And then it took a few weeks until I knew that I was absolutely going. And I got that phone call, and the executive producer he rang us all actually individually and rang me. And I was home here by myself, and I screamed, like, I just screamed the roof off. I was like, fuck yes, I've done this. So, yeah, start of a big journey for me.
Jacob, when you told me Caroline was like following us, uh, and I remembered her season, was that not the word I used? I said, "Oh, she played a
Yeah.
very shrewd game."
Yeah.
So I'm happy to hear you say that.
Yeah, it's kind of an old-fashioned word, isn't it?
The something you mentioned about midwife, being a midwife, and I heard you talk about this in interviews, is the instinct that has been
Yeah,
built from that.
yeah,
And we saw that. And some of our favorite players, like recently Parvati and Suri, were good examples of this on Australia versus the World. Suri was like, I can just see the ring of truth around something. And we love that. And you really, really had that. Did you always have that? Was it developed?
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely been developed over my life, but I was just talking about it with somebody the other day, also from Australian Survivor, and I was just like, it is definitely a special power that I've got. I can read people pretty quickly, and once I get to know, like it doesn't take a lot for me to work out whether you're bullshitting me or not, and I think that was integral to my game out there. I mean, over 18 tribal councils that I went to, I knew who was going home 16 times. So, like, I knew I was in the know. I could read people, but I also people would talk to me, and that probably wasn't shown a lot on the show, but I did have great relationships with so many people out there, and I am very good at getting people to open up and share their life story, and I am a curious, inquisitive person. I want to get to know you, and so that also helped me out there in terms of working out, yeah, my bullshit meter. There were things that were said to me out there, and I'm just like, and body language. My God, the body language. I mean, Viola, um, you know, prime example. I knew she was about to gun for me. I just knew it was coming, and nobody needed to tell me. I already knew it, and so, like my husband says to me, you know what I'm thinking before I'm even thinking it, and it's true most of the time.
So since we were talking about Suri, we've
Yes.
kind of had this theory, right? And I think that you are a similar player to Suri in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
because you can bring out something in people that they warm up to you right away. They tell you their personal stories, like you said. There's some sort of resentment, I think, that we feel from the jury when somebody gets to the end who has been able
Yeah.
to use that skill as
Yeah.
a woman, as a motherly figure. Did you feel
Yeah.
that?
I was listening to you say that on one of your other podcasts, and it really, really resonated with me because I don't think anybody likes being blindsided by that woman that plays that maternal role. And I didn't want the maternal role. I am a maternal person. I am a mother myself. It does come very naturally and instinctually to me. And I very much care. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but also, like in the game of Survivor, I don't give a fuck. I
Right.
just want to, yeah, I just
It's not
want to
real
go.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not real life. It's a game, and I wanted to go out there and win. And so yeah, I was definitely happy to, to blindside people and to lie and do whatever I needed to do to get myself ahead in the game. And it's funny because um, I think if I had been a much younger female or a prettier female or whatever, it would have been a completely different story for me.
But I don't think you could have been any prettier.
Well, if you
So
had
I
those
don't know
glasses
about
maybe in
that.
there. Huh?
Yeah, you could have had the glasses.
Oh my
So
God.
cute.
Like, I
I
have
love
to
them.
tell you though, like going out there and not being able to, like, I put, like, I've got mascara on every day. I've got, like, I do not leave the house without, not a face full of makeup, but I always want to feel beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to feel good. So I'm going to go out there and, anyway, so going out on Survivor and not even being able to wash my fucking hair, like honestly, it was really tough.
And it would be hard just alone, but then knowing like this is going to be on TV too.
Uh-huh.
So that's like layers of we have to
Yeah.
just put that away.
Yeah. And I could have gone out and I could have got fake eyelashes and I could have got my lips tinted and I could have gone and got Botox and I don't have any of that. Like I could have gone and done that and I was like, "No, Caroline, you are just going to go out and be you and they're just going to see you exactly like they're just going to have to see you as you naturally are. That's just the way it is." And it was really tough. But then it was really, gosh, when I finished the game, we got back to our hotel room, and like I've got 47 days of dirt on me, and I rang. The first thing I did was ring as soon as I got my phone was ring FaceTime my kids, and my eldest daughter said to me, Mum, you've never looked more beautiful. And I just thought, fuck, like I've got dirt all over me. I've got no mascara on me. I've got, my hair hasn't been, like my hair was, everything was disgusting. I jumped in the shower a couple of hours later and literally spent an hour in there trying to scrub that fucking island off me. But yeah, it was
I
bad.
Yeah,
love that
you were
so
glowing within
much.
from the success of. I mean, you made it. You made it all the way to the end. You couldn't
I
have
did.
done better.
No.
And a very, very exciting end game, like up to that final four fire making, you were just
Yeah.
like hit, 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 hit. It was such an exciting run.
I
So
was
I hope you're so proud of that.
I am. I'm super, super, super proud of that. And I'm super proud of the game that I played. I think the winner gets such a great edit. And, unfortunately, that wasn't for me. But, I've also said this before, like winning the game was everything, like everything to me. But I learned so much more. I got so much more back from this experience that money could never buy. And so I am so just grateful for that. Yeah.
Yes. And how has that manifested like even now and like years later looking back at it?
So, like, one of the first things I did when I got home, I jumped on the back of my husband's motorcycle and we fucking went on this big trip. And I lost a lot of fear. Like, I have always been a bit of a worrier, a bit of a scaredy cat. I have suffered from anxiety, terrible anxiety before. I've suffered from panic disorder. And I just lost so much fear out there on that island. It was so, so good for me. And because every day you walk out onto the pitch and it's like, what challenge are you going to have for me today? Like, what asshole is going to have it in for me today? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so every day you had these emotional, psychological, physical, environmental challenges, and you just got to tough it out. Like you just got to do it. Like you just got to. No one feels sorry for you, and I'm certainly not going to feel sorry for myself. I put myself here. I wanted this experience, so I'm going to fucking make the most of it. Sorry, I'm saying a lot of fucks.
Oh,
That's
please
us.
fucking bring it.
Fucking come on in.
We're like, well, sometimes I do have to bleep you out. You say words that are beyond Winnie, the beyond the
Oh.
okay. No.
I'm my father's daughter. I wanted to
Said, oh, go ahead, Winnie. Sorry, sorry. Go ahead.
the what is this? What do the assholes have for me today? I wanted to ask you, what do we think about Jonathan getting the axe?
I mean, I loved Jonathan out there. I think he was such an incredible part of Australian Survivor. Like, I think that he's an icon, and and we all adore him. What do I think about him leaving? I was really shocked to hear. I feel like Channel 10 just they wanted to insert some kind of, they knew they needed to change things up a little bit. I know that ratings have been okay, but I know that there's no money in Channel 10. And so anyway, and we're up against another show when we're televised, we're up against another show that's number one, and it's never going to change. So
What show is
I
that?
think
Neighbors?
Married at First Sight. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Oh, fuck in hell. It
That's
is.
the competition?
Yep. So these couples are put together based on psychological profiles, blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah, I
they
bet.
literally meet each other at the aisle. So they meet each other as they're about to get married. Like, it is the biggest recipe for disaster. And I can't watch it. Like, it's so
Yeah.
bad. Some people love it though. Most people, like so many people watch it because it is like the cringest television that you can ever see.
But gay marriage is ruining the sanctity of marriage.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, no, that's what they say, and it's like,
I know.
I think you guys are doing that well enough yourselves.
So a couple things, more Survivor, and then like we want to do some like fun, because you're a fan of the show, and I have to say that you don't put off fan energy, which is such a good thing. Because we're watching 49 now, and these people come in frothing at the mouth. Like they're wild beasts, like ready to tear up. And I feel like maybe perhaps like they're being produced, but from the audition through, they're maybe being like rewarded for that kind of behavior. So they bring it out onto the mat in Survivor, right?
Yeah.
So talk about being a fan of the show, but sort of like not showing that you're a fan of the show. Like I didn't know that you were a
Never been
fan.
asked this question, and it's such a good question because, like you go out there as like this super fan, but you also don't want to, like, I didn't want to come across as a super fan because I thought, oh, then people will target me for that. Like I
Yeah.
remember in the first couple of days, Eden and I got to know each other, and you probably know Eden's like a super duper fan. Like he is just he lives and breathes. I think he even had like a Survivor theme in his wedding and stuff. Like he absolutely lives and breathes it. I haven't done that. I mean, I've watched and listened a lot. Actually, from the moment I saw Eden, so this is on the first day in the bus when other people, like people that you know that are going to be on your tribe, get onto the minivan. And this guy jumped in the front seat. He's obviously super, super tall. And I was further up the back. And I could just see his head bopping up and down. Like this guy could not stop moving. He was so happy to be there. Like he couldn't contain himself. Like, and I thought, right, there's a super fan. Like, and I knew that I just had to temper it. Like I don't think it's what's the word for it? I don't think it's a positive thing for you to go out there and be the biggest super duper fan. Like, I don't think it's a good look. So it wasn't for me.
Well, and I think what colors it for you and would for us too, because we were all the same in that we were alone in our fandom. We were like one people fandoms until I met Jacob. I
Yeah.
never knew someone personally that was a big fan.
Yeah. I was the same. I was the only one in my family, the only one of my friends. Like, all my friends are like, "You're doing what? Like, what?
That
Like,
show's still on?
are you insane?" Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and I've got a couple of male friends that were like, "I can't watch you on it. It's too hard for me to watch them being so awful to you." And so it was like, okay, no worries. It's not that bad. I'm okay. I'm unscathed.
I think you really touched on something that I think I've heard the guys at Drop Your Buffs. Drop Your Buffs is my favorite Survivor podcast, and I know that you are you love Drop Your Buffs as well. And I think the difference is that you just said it. Australia casts both, right? and you don't want to be seen as a super fan because
No.
you've got other people who aren't. Like you've got Kirby's, who I want to talk about with you.
Yeah.
And then you've got like people who've never watched the show, and you've got people who are super fans. Whereas in the US, it's all super fans, so that
Yeah.
behavior is sort of like okay.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
said you kind of tempered it because you knew it would be threatening.
100%. Yeah, I remember when I was getting to know Kitty, she said that she had received some advice that she should find somebody that knew something about the game because she knew nothing about the game. And that was one of the reasons that she gravitated to me, obviously as another older female. But she wanted to know somebody who knew about the game. So she was closest to both Eden and I because she knew nothing about it. Whereas you look at somebody like Kirby, who that was not her strategy. She's like a learn on the go kind of gal. Like she is so instinctive and intuitive. She's able to pick up that kind of the kind of play that she needed to do. And I think at the beginning of Survivor, like she didn't give a fuck what she did. Like, and she would be chopping and changing, and it was quite refreshing. It was so good to see. So it was like, by the end of the game, it was, what's the word for it? There's definitely a phrase, voting blocks. Like the voting blocks changed all the time. So after merge, especially with Kirby around, like, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I voted with you this time, but I don't need to vote with you next time. I'm going to vote where I want to vote. It can be a good strategy.
You're in our definite picks for getting asked back for All Stars. So we hope to see you again. Would you play? You play again? Yeah, I figured that was the answer. So I feel like Kirby's a shoo-in too. So what would you consider teaming up with our girl?
Like Kirby is one of those people you kind of don't know which way she's going to go. So I'm going to have to wait and see what kind of, like, who else we're playing with, who else I want to align with. But if I had my choice, I would hope that Kirby and I would play together one day.
Now, did you
Makes
play
sense.
together much when you were together in your season?
Good question. Not really.
Yeah, I
No, we
didn't think so.
No, and it was because her closest ally was Ree. So when it came to tribe swap, Kirby was on the other tribe. So she went to the Titans and I went to the Rebels, and I had Ree. Ree was with me. So I used Ree to obviously eliminate Viola and with Sarah, because those two knew they were in a minority. They knew that if they didn't vote with us, and we wanted to be a girl gang, but they knew that if they didn't vote with us, that one of them were probably going to go home. And of course, Viola and Mark and Eden, I had to really pull Eden in and just be like, this is what we have to do. We have to pull these girls in. We're not going to get another opportunity to get rid of Viola. She's after me, so let's just go. But Ree was, I had such a great relationship with Ree out there. She's one of the most amazing people. Like, she was our absolute physical beast. Like, she won so many challenges. She's this tiny little thing, but she's just muscle. Like, she's just so strong. And she's a gorgeous person. And I could see what Kirby saw in her. And so she did actually end up voting with us she didn't vote with Kirby for probably, I reckon, the first 4 votes. She voted with Kitty and I. And that's a testament to her alliance with us. But she and Kirby were still the best of friends out there.
See, I loved
love
her.
that.
Yeah.
Jacob, you ready for the rapid fire?
Can we do some like rapid fire questions? And to close us out? Well, okay, so
We
first
have
of
to
all,
end. My God, it's been so fun.
I know, it's so fun. You're an amazing guest. And I see you told the producers that you knew how you could make them laugh and cry. I can see that in you. I laughed and I nearly cried.
Oh,
But my big question is, you said that the drama in camp was like Days of Our Lives. Are you a fan of Days of Our Lives?
Have been.
Yay! Okay, so before Survivor, my obsession was Days of Our Lives.
Okay, can I tell you something really funny? Guess
Hmm.
what my eldest daughter's
Oh
name
no,
is?
wait, I have pit stains. Look. Wait, okay, I'm gonna guess. Marlena?
Nope.
No. Okay, tell me.
Ashley. I love the name Ashley from that.
I love Ashley, yes. There was that whole plot where Marlena was possessed by the devil. Do you remember that at all?
Actually did not watch that part of it because I thought
Okay.
that was so fucking stupid.
It was so
My God.
stupid. It was
So
so stupid.
stupid.
Like
It
sands through
goes
the
like
hourglass.
Friday, all of a sudden she's on her bed and like something's wrong with her, and then she turns around and she's like green cat eyes and she's possessed by the devil. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, this is the storyline? She's possessed by the devil? Anyway. I
It is
loved that you
wild.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us your top 3 all-time Survivor seasons across all franchises.
Good question. All time seasons. I am one of those people. I don't go with all the usual fan favorite stuff. I'm currently watching China because I fucking love China. I'm
Yeah.
watching that with a friend in LA. I loved Gabon. I loved Africa. I
Yeah.
loved those seasons. I loved um and this is what we obviously miss in Survivor, that we don't get to go to these incredible places and watch them. Like, I can't imagine how hard it would have been to remember how they had to build the fence around them so that the lions wouldn't come and
The
eat
Yes.
the night.
Boma, yes, that was terrifying.
Yes, the Boma. That's right.
Yeah.
Good job. Um, yeah, and I mean, even the Amazon, I can't imagine how crazy that would have been. Like even when they were standing on those poles and the girls stripped off for peanut butter and
Yeah.
chocolate, and then they jump into that water. I'm like, are there piranha in there?
Mhm.
Like how like there would have been. It would have been pretty scary to be in some of those places. I mean, the Black Widow Brigade in Micronesia is obviously one of the funniest. I just think the way that went down is one of the like craziest episodes of Survivor ever.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've watched Heroes versus Villains Australia series. That is also
I haven't.
probably, one of my favorites.
I did it. It was
It's
good.
next because
Go.
I bumped up Titans versus Rebels and
Yeah.
skipped Heroes versus Villains because I
Okay.
wanted to get to you and Kirby.
Well, and Heroes versus Villains is outstanding. Yeah, it's really, really, really good TV and amazing Survivor playing. And that's why watching 49 is so hard at the moment. Like, yeah, I know that I think Ep 3 is just about to drop. It
We're
drops.
missing it right now, and we don't
Yeah,
care.
exactly. It's dropping right now. And exactly. Good job, Winnie.
Yeah.
Um, and episode 2, like I don't like talking bad shit about Survivor. I'm really very hesitant to say negative stuff, but that was absolutely the worst episode of Survivor I've ever seen,
Yes.
bar none.
Jacob was like, that was better than the first one, I think. We just see our judgment is clouded now because we watch it together. So we get to
Oh,
throw popcorn at the TV and stuff. So it's like more fun. But
it was.
now when I'm going to have to watch this episode alone, like tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be like, okay, anyway.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's strictly for research at this point. It's for,
Yeah,
like, what?
exactly. Although I know Drop Your Buffs have just done a Thailand rewatch, and I messaged Sean. I was like, I cannot fucking watch that ever
No.
again. I will never, ever. The misogyny in that was so.
Which one was Thailand?
Um,
Um,
Brian's
what's his
season?
name? Brian. Yeah.
Yes, that was the grossest
Bad.
end game. It was just like,
Ugh.
everyone's
Those-
terrible. Can no one win?
Yeah, can no
No.
one win. Whereas,
And I
like,
was-
you mentioned Gabon, and that's a season where it's, like, terribly good. It's
Yeah.
like everyone,
Like, just
you-
as mess.
yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, they are awful, but we love watching it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I just also watched, what's the season with Coach and Aussie?
Oh, Redemption
Redemption
Island?
Island.
Is it Redemption
Or no, no,
Island?
no. Was it Redemption Island? No, it was yeah, it was.
No,
It
it
was.
wasn't.
It was like, maybe it wasn't like the original Redemption Island, but they had the Redemption Island there.
We just
'Cause-
talked about this. Oh yeah, it was Redemption Island, and they were the captains, weren't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
That was fucked. Like, that was also some of the most disgusting, but at least, like, I can't stand the misogyny of it all. But I think that what we're watching at the moment is just yawn. Like, it is
Yeah.
so boring. It's just such a nothing burger. Where's the gameplay? Give me the gameplay. I
It's
just want the
like-
gameplay.
Drag Race now, everyone comes with a catchphrase. Everyone comes with their own like nicknames. It's just sort of like everyone's just
Sob
coming to get
story.
more followers in their
Yeah.
sob story.
Yeah.
Like,
We don't want any sob stories. We don't want to hear that shit. We want to know how you're going to get to the end of the game. I know, and that's why season 50 for me is also like such a nothing burger. I mean, I'm delighted that Mike White and Sari are on it, but honestly, the fact that they've dragged Coach out there again, sorry.
no.
Yeah. We're on
We
the same
agree.
page with that. I think it could surprise us potentially. Like, I'm more excited to watch 50 now that I've seen Suri have this run in Australia versus the world. And I love
Yeah.
Angelina too.
Love Angelina.
Emily, we love.
Yeah.
Emily, I forgot she was on there. So there's a few, but like,
And just the fact that Mike is back after his like he's like taken over the world with White Lotus, and now he's like coming back on Survivor. I think it's pretty cool.
Are you two White Lotus fans?
yes. Yeah.
It's
Season
extraordinary,
2
isn't it?
was my favorite. Yes, so
Season
good.
2 was my favorite, although the whole suitcase incident was also pretty good in season 1.
Yes, the drugs.
Oh, I was like, what? What was this thing?
the drugs.
Yes. Caroline,
Yeah.
in your opinion, who do you think is the 3 hottest Survivor men/women?
Okay, the hottest woman is probably Amanda Kimmel.
Mm.
Oh,
I think she's absolutely beautiful, like absolutely gorgeous. I think Parvati is absolutely beautiful. And I would say third. Let's go Curbs.
Yeah.
Curbs is sexy.
She is. But I was like I felt intimidated by her presence. I have to be honest. I was a little bit like, wow, she's not only hot, like I feel like a little small.
She's not like that. Like, I think if you met her in real life, though, you wouldn't feel like that. She'd just grab you in a big hug and you'd love her.
Yeah, no, this was more my issue than Kirby's. I was
Yeah.
yeah.
So who are
Yeah.
your hottest women?
I mean, Parv's up here. Parv like kind of taught me how to be a sexy woman.
I love that.
Long before I knew I was a woman, I was like still emulating her.
She perfected it. Yeah, her and Natalie Bolton, like, obviously they've raised the bar, haven't they?
Who else would you say, Jacob?
Well, I love Ethan. I love Ethan.
He's
then.
still
I love
looking
Ethan now.
on fucking point.
Yeah.
Ethan is he's beautiful.
Loved him. Like, he was so what's the word for it? Like naive, like kind of very boy-like. I want a man. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what you mean?
Okay, well, I don't want to keep you all night. This has been so fun talking to you,
Yes, this
Thank
is
and
you
really
so much.
great.
And
you're just
nothing
so
that I
fun.
prepared did I say.
Well, what do you want to say? Tell us.
No,
Is there anything else?
I think that no, I'm so happy. I'm so
We're thrilled that
happy.
you found us, like, out of like the obscurity that we kind of still exist in. And
Yeah.
you really made us feel seen. So thank you.
I I think we've both done that for each other, haven't we? Because I definitely feel seen with you and you feel seen with me. So
Mm,
I hope that you guys, you both just go from strength to strength with this podcast. I'm so proud of you, so happy for you, like to do what you're passionate about. And yeah, fuck what anybody else thinks and just do what you want to do.
that's
Thanks,
right.
Mom.
Like the rebels circling your boat.
Oh,
Yes,
too
we
funny. But I hope we can chat again. I would love
let's do it.
like even just chatting. We don't even need to do a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And
Yeah,
Would
absolutely.
you either like would you ever consider coming to Australia?
a
Of
hundred percent.
course, I would be there in a second if somebody like flew me out there.
Bali and Australia. I'm gonna go do this. We're gonna plan it. Yes.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be planning stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I'll
uh,
let you
maybe,
know.
uh, hitch a ride with Kirby's Girl Gang that's coming in the summer to come to Pride in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago Pride.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is Kirby coming?
That's what she
She
said.
said she was bringing a group of girls, yeah, to Chicago Pride next June.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's got a good girl gang.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, so thank you because we're building our audience, and actually we're interviewing Sean Ross, which I'm so excited about Saturday too. So we're
No
getting
way.
yeah,
I
we're
was
we've
just
been able
talking
to
to
get
Sean
some great
before.
guests. Yeah, he's
Like
amazing. Yeah.
the small world of it all is like so
Uh,
nice.
yeah, he's amazing. That's so cool. I'm very happy for him and for you. That's awesome. I
And
look
you
forward
have
to that.
you two have such good chemistry together, co-hosting.
Yeah. Yeah, we send voice messages back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I love having a chat with him. He's absolutely one of my favorite people. And certainly, you know, in terms of my love of Survivor, listening to them bitch about everything is
Yes,
gives me life.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. Yeah.
Cathartic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. I love you both. You're both gorgeous and beautiful and
You too.
awesome, and I'm so honored to be here.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
We love you
Thanks for
too.
coming. We love you.